Hi there, my name is Angela and I'm married to Ben. We have 3 kids, Cassie who's 14, Jay who's 12, and Kai who is 10. Now, way back in 2006, almost 20 years ago, we were sent out as missionaries to go out to train some new Bible teachers, to be Bible teachers ourselves, and to really help and work in areas of the world where they didn't have enough Bible teaching.
I am the Ben of Ben and Angela, and you sent us out long ago, but in about 2010 we moved to Ukraine because Ukraine is halfway between Asia and Europe, and so it's a great place where both sides could come. Europeans could come without visas, and even Central Asians and post-Soviet countries could come without visas. And so it's a great place to train people in the Bible and then be able to send them out and send out Bible teachers.
And so 13 years ago, when you send us to Ukraine, we didn't know that it was going to be a country at war, but God knew that it would be a country at war, and He still sent us there. And so He has been faithful throughout this entire last year.
So February 24 marks the 1-year anniversary of driving out of Ukraine and all the chaos that was. And so we went between some different YWAM locations around Europe, and we decided to land in Budapest for this school year. And so here we are, we've been here for a year.
So here in Budapest, we are wearing many different hats. And one of them is still the original calling. We are Bible teachers, we are training new Bible teachers, and really trying to disciple believers in how to understand and study the Bible and apply it to their lives.
Another hat we wear is we're part of the leadership team of YWAM Kiev. And early on, with about 6 others, and early on in the war, almost all of our staff left Kiev in Ukraine, but about 20 stayed actually. Because, as a leadership team, we really said, you listen to God and you do what He says. And so some people really felt called to stay, and others felt called, like, we should go. And so we left. Now, YWAM Kiev, the building and the property we have is in a great location. I mean, it's a very safe location. It's not on the road leading to Kiev that an army might attack through. And so it's been a great, safe location all year long. They've used it at the beginning for refugees and for people coming from the war zone fronts. And more recently, the last 6 months, they've used it for a lot of humanitarian aid and for staging. And so it's been great having semis, and they've been using our main hall. It's like the sanctuary being used as a warehouse for humanitarian aid. Getting a few trucks every week and then packaging bags and taking them out.
So like we said at the beginning, we wear a lot of different hats, and one of them is that I'm in charge of the public communications for YWAM Kiev. So that means that I do all the social media posts. If you ever follow YWAM Kiev, if you get our newsletters, I write those. If you check our website, I make that. And so that's a hat that I wear that takes up quite a bit of time these days, especially with all the humanitarian aid going in and out of YWAM Kiev. And we want to share the fruit of what God is doing. So we want to make sure that people know what's happening. And that's been something we've taken a lot of time with this year.
And another hat that I'm wearing this year is instead of discipling adults in Bible study, I am discipling young kids in how to use technology well. And so many years ago when I was in university, I studied computer science. That's what I got my degree in. And so this year, the school that our kids are going to, they needed someone to teach computer technology to the grades, to the elementary school. And so for us, I was like, we could use a discount on our tuition for our kids. And so it was a win-win for both us and them.
In the midst of wearing all these hats, we have also been privileged as a border country of Ukraine to offer our home as a refuge for our co-workers who are still serving the Lord there in the midst of the war. So whenever they need a break and they can get a week to come out of Ukraine and come here, then we get to pamper them a little bit in our home, make sure that they get lots of good meals and electricity on 24 hours a day, which is a luxury right now for Ukraine.
So I want to share some prayer needs with you guys, starting with Kiev. For our team there, as a leadership team, we have planned for 2 large outreaches this summer. We're calling them Waves of Hope, and we're looking forward to a few hundred people actually coming to build homes Last year we built 100 homes, and this year we want to build homes and run kids camps and do worship and prayer. There has been so much growth in that area, and so we want to do this in some different villages around Kiev and in the east, where people have been liberated from the Russians and where the rebuilding can happen. The second significant prayer is that, of course, that the war would end, and so with that people could go back to their homes. And there's some 3 million refugees that have signed up in Europe, and they want to go home, and so we just want to pray for that to happen.
And for a prayer need for our own family, you know, our kids have really settled into the school well here. It's a great school. They have good values, strong academics, amazing extracurricular activities. The kids have friends here in their school from Kiev, and they've made new friends, and so we're so thankful they've really settled in well. In these next 4 months, though, as we continue to wear all these hats, please pray for us that we wear them well. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of Bible teaching. As Ben's busy teaching at the school, I kind of have to take over both parts of that. So I'm going to be teaching Genesis and Hosea and Amos, a seminar on the prophets, Song of Songs, Malachi, Zechariah, and leading a large gathering of European Bible teachers with YWAM for a week as we look at strategy and vision to really increase Bible engagement in Europe. And so we have a full next season ahead of us, but at the end of that season, we are coming home for summer. And so we're really looking forward to seeing everybody there.
You know, we feel like God has really used us here this year, and with that, as we were praying about next year, we felt like God wanted us to be here next year too. So we've committed to being here for the next school year also. So after summer, we'll return to Budapest. There's plenty of work to be done, and we feel like God has given us this time here, and so we're trying to be faithful with that.
Well, that was quite the update. I hope it wasn't too overwhelming for you. But you know, being a year after the war has begun, we wanted to make sure that we kind of brought everybody up to date with how we're doing, what we're doing, and we're just grateful that you take the time to pray for us, pray for our team in Kiev. You give, you support, you love us, and we have just felt so much love and support from you. And so we want to say thank you. Thank you for praying for us, and let's continue to pray that this war ends. In the meantime, let's be faithful wherever we are, whether you're in Winnipeg or whether you're over here in Budapest. God has things for all of us to do, and we want to be grateful to Him and bring Him glory and honor. And so thank you so much, Kilcona, for all you do and everything you are. We miss you and love you and look forward to summer.